Que lo que mi gente, Radio 103.9, New York's best mix of R&B. We're at the Hackensack Meridian Health, Stage 17 for another Facebook Live. Make sure you share, care, comment, thumbs up, never down, the story that we have going on right now, because I am so happy to have the cast and the creator, writer of The Family Business on BET Tuesday, 9 p.m. Bienvenido, compadres.
Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué lo que, prima?
If you can't tell
what he said.
Yeah. If you can't tell who we have, right here we have Chris Webb.
Chris Webb. It's
Carl
Carl
Webb. Why is that Chris Webb?
That's the remix.
My bad. Carl Weber. We have Darrin Henson. We have Sean Ringgold over here. So give me all the emoji claps under there. My bad, Carl. My bad.
Call Papicito Weber.
He wants me to call you Papicito Weber. So Papicito.
Wow.
Papi.
I'm going to take that.
There we go. Now, the show has been on for 5 episodes. How has it been the ride for The Family Business? Mr. Orlando, the CEO, the owner now, I guess?
It's been a roller coaster of emotions from the perspective of the audience. I mean, the things that we're hearing, the things that we're reading right now is that people are on an emotional roller coaster with the show, and there's complete and total addiction.
It is.
Which we're really happy about.
Yes.
Are they getting addicted just like the heat? The pill that you guys got going on there?
The heat is the heat on the street right now. We just introduced that.
That was
right?
wow.
We just introduced that, and Carl has written. You know, I feel like Heat is its own character, so I can't wait to see that arc.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, we're just having a great time on the show. It's a family, and I mean, we got a lot to share today. So I'm gonna let my brother, Mr. Duncan, share.
Yeah, and they're brothers on the show. You're the oldest, Sean, right?
Yes, I am.
And so how's
I'm
it
not
been?
telling you how old I am.
Huh?
I'm not going to tell you how old I am.
How old? Well, I mean, now that you brought it up, that means you want me to ask you.
No, no.
How old's your character?
How old is my character, Dad?
Somewhere in the neighborhood of like mid to late 30s.
All right, yeah. You don't see any gray hairs.
No,
do you?
not at all. Got your hairline, your teeth.
Because he gave him all to me.
He gave it all to you. How has it been bringing this to BET? It was originally supposed to be a movie, am I right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a series of movies. Based, each book was its own movie. And we happened to get together with BET after the first movie, and we were in the process of doing the second one. And my partners at Tridescent Studios, N.D. Brown and Trey Haley, basically brought back to me that BET was interested in making a TV show. And so we sat down, we had some meetings, and we worked some things out, and we're really excited and happy.
Wait, he got so authorous when he's talking right now. Earlier, you were ratchet as hell. Now you're just like...
The crazy thing about me is I got one foot in the ghetto and one foot in the boardroom. You know, most people that know me know that this whole author thing or even the producer thing and writing and doing all those things are great. But, you know, I've always been a businessman. That was the only thing that I ever really wanted. I wanted to own 5 McDonald's. So for me, I like to have a good time, you know, but at the same time, I have to kind of balance out, you know, who I'm going to be at what time and how I'm going to be that person, you know, and
I want the
that's
ghetto
really me.
version.
Carl is the best of both worlds, is what he's trying to tell
Yeah,
you.
true, but I want the hood side because I want to know, how did The Family Business come to be? Is this a family member that you wrote about?
Nah, you know what? The crazy thing about it is, you know, when I was growing up, my best friend, who was, you know, actually one of my business partners, his family kind of lived on the other side of the tracks, and I used to go down there and hang out with them. So his mom, his name is Chippy, and his father's name is LC, and each one of the characters are kind of based on his family members and stuff like that. You know, I mean, he had an older brother that was, you know, real strong and big. I mean, Sean actually has met him, and then, you know, they've had their little wrestling matches and all that kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's real.
And then like, you know, he has a crazy sister, and, you know, he just happens to have a gay brother. So it all kind of fit in. And it kind of worked. So each character has a little bit of their personality, and then it has a lot of my craziness.
Yeah, so how does Darrin fit in Orlando's character? Like, before you even casted him, did you know you want him?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you.
This is going to be the first time I hear this, so hold on.
I wasn't really sure. There was somebody that I had in mind when I was writing the books. Because every single character, like, no exaggeration, Ernie Hudson was the person I was thinking about when I was writing the book. I didn't know Sean at the time, and I didn't know Darrin as a person. I was familiar with his work, obviously. So what it really came down to was we started to do a search for Orlando. And so there wasn't the person, I'm going to sit there and tell you at the time, I think it was Morris Chestnut I was thinking about, or something like that. But as we started going through it, I had worked with Darrin on a couple of other projects, film projects before, and then his name came up. I was like, that might not be too bad. And I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, nobody in my eyes at this moment could ever have played Orlando Duncan like Darrin has.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
It's not that he's doing a good job. He's become Orlando Duncan.
For real?
He really has.
How do you? Are you out here pushing?
Yeah, what's interesting. I grew up in the Bronx, right? And art imitates life.
I was about to do the X.
I grew up in the Bronx, and it's real interesting because, people always say, "Oh yeah, I grew up around those cats." I actually really grew up around those cats, and for me, as an actor, number one, it's about telling the truth. It's Carl writes it, but it's my job to make it jump off the screen. And for me, it's about telling the truth about the character. And one of the things about the truth is it's not always pretty and it doesn't always feel good. And as an actor, to be honest, you also have to expose things about yourself. Right? You've got to play the need of a character. And we all need to be loved. We all need that source of information that makes us feel good about ourselves. So I do my best to play Orlando's need.
Yeah, and you do a good job. Like when I was watching it was me and my boo. We were laying in bed and watching, and of course, the love scene came in. I said, well, goddamn, the back looks gorgeous.
Don't get smacked over there, girl.
I love you. Make sure I secure
Don't get
home.
smacked over there, girl.
Listen, I make sure home is taken care of. But then just to see that you want to be loved, you still, you are a boss, you handle business, but to see you that vulnerable, I was like, yes. I was like, give him more sex scene, not you. Because you over here, you took
Why
me back.
you say that?
Now, let me come to you, Sean. Because
come with it.
You play a good muscle man, as we know. We saw you before as Suge Knight.
Yes.
And then now you're the older brother, but yet to me you're the enforcer of the family. Now I am going to take it back, way back. I've seen you and met you over 20 years ago, over 25 years ago when you were at MTV TRL. I was one of the girls outside waving to come upstairs to TRL. And I think, was it twice? You were at MTV TRL, right? Or was it
I think it's BET 106
No, but you were
apart.
there once because I saw you with a hat. I mean, I could be going crazy, but I could have sworn that I used to work at BET as well as an intern at Westwood One. So there was a time that I seen you, and then I was like, oh, I saw you at a foot commercial. It was the insoles.
Dr. Scholl's.
There you go. Then I saw you on another commercial. And I don't think it was the erectile dysfunction one, but I seen you.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
But I seen you. And like
Nexium.
Stop. No, but the thing is that to see someone while I was coming up, and then you were, way ahead of me, but still to see you, it's like, oh, we can make it up there. We can start at the bottom. You were doing security. I was just a little girl trying to get up in this business. And to see you here, it's like, that was my little story that I wanted to say. Like, I appreciate and I love to see that you're doing well. But I could have sworn it was MTV. I don't know why I thought it was MTV too.
It's been an incredible journey and an incredible blessing. I've, started off in security and I've met everybody in this city, whether it's rappers, artists, actors. I've traveled with a lot of A-list actors when I was working in a bodyguard capacity. Now being an actor, I see a lot of people like yourself who are interns, and you hear stories, and it's amazing how getting here now, the relationships that I've built over the last 15, 20 years, it's totally helped my career, because when you know a lot of people, you can get things done, and you treat people right with respect, you have humility. Everything you need is at your fingertips. So I'm glad that I've been very fortunate to have a lot of good people, on this journey and in this path.
Yeah. Now, do you not regret, but do you take some of the parts from when you were growing up, like not growing up, but doing your jobs here and there? Do you take that with you when you're on set for family
Oh,
business?
hell yeah. I'm a chameleon because depending on the setting and what I'm doing, if I'm, I go back to a security capacity. If the role is tough and I'm going into a scenario where I have to really be ratchet, I've been in situations that are just working with rappers. I mean,
Yeah.
being on tour. Are you kidding me? The situations, but also I have that verbal judo where I know how to diffuse a situation, when to be quiet. But then when I'm with Mr. Williams, I'm like, hello, sir, how are you doing today? I can switch it up. And being in the security business, you meet so many different people, you have so many different energies, and you have to be able to mix and match with everybody and able to get the things that you need and that you want, because being hard all the time, you'll never get what it is you need. You have to be kind and respectful, but also stern. Let people know that you're not playing
Sweet
games.
giant we got over here. Now, oh,
Thank
ay
you.
bendito.
Stop it, mommy.
Now, did Darrin and Sean, did you guys ever work together before this? Because, I mean, you've been in the business for a while, music, dancing, and then you doing security. Did you ever work for him as security?
No, we've never worked together, but we knew of each other. And the funny thing about this and being here right now was interesting because just a couple of years ago, I bumped into Sean in Times Square.
In Times Square.
Probably around Christmas or New Year time. I don't remember exactly when it was.
Yeah, about November maybe.
But we literally stood in Times Square. We took a picture together. He was with his friend. He was coming from an event.
And then the ad, that's crazy.
And a friend of mine was getting engaged and wanted to do it on the red stairs, right?
Okay.
It was interesting, and we did that. He got engaged that day, and then I bumped into Sean, and then soon thereafter, about 6 months later, we were on set working together.
Yep,
so
that's true.
it was
That's true.
serendipitous that we had bumped into each other. We talked about the industry, and then wound up working together, playing brothers on Carl Weber's The Family Business.
And how do you prepare to be brothers and not really knowing the ins and outs? Do you guys hang out now or before then?
We are, brother. Last time we hung out, I had a couple drinks.
Yeah, it was.
You did too.
It's
You did
interesting.
too.
Sean and I actually spend time together when he's in LA or when I'm in New York. We do spend time together, and it's so funny because it's so natural to do so. Do you know what I mean? And he's interesting.
I'm interested.
As the executive producer, I am shaking my head.
Why? Tell us, please.
Please tell us.
Tell us.
Tell
why
us, please.
interesting?
Tell us.
All I can say is, man, it's just like this world. You put these two out there in the world, Fun thing for me, since we're on Facebook Live.
Hey, make sure you share and care and comment below.
I have a lot to do with our advertising, and I do a lot of pushing and advertising for the show. And part of that is, trying to let people know that we have this, as we call it behind the scenes, this luscious chocolate. Mm-hmm.
AKA Big Sexy. That's my new name now.
Yeah,
Big Sexy.
Big Sexy.
We got Big Sexy and Chocolate Thunder over here. And all these type of things. So, so we have a lot of laughs because, we have like a lot of really handsome guys.
You do. Who did the casting for that? So I can applaud that person.
They call it Tri-Destined Casting, but it's me and my girl ND.
Okay, look at he's like, I'm gonna take my credit.
That's right. But there's a lot of great folks that, including Trey Haley, that give a lot of input to who we're gonna cast and where we're gonna go. But we really are a very close knit. The executive EPs on the show are a close knit group, and we kind of make a lot of decisions ahead of time on ourselves. But that was one of the things when I first sat down and I talked to my team was, look, eye candy is what it's all about. I mean, there's a lot of things that I cannot translate as the writer from a book to the TV show because you can't get into somebody's head. So you have to show visuals, okay? And having beautiful people is beautiful.
Yes.
So we got these two handsome guys. We got Clifton Powell, who's a very handsome gentleman. Ernie Hudson, Then we got Arrington Foster. We got Dylan Weber, who plays Nevada. Michael Jai White. Then we got Gary Bourdain. We got this, and then we go over to the Zaninga side with the Latinos.
Yes, that probably was cool.
Amelia Rivera, and then Jalen Moore, and then you get my Sosa brother and Ski Carr from back to So we have just a real great situation on the male side.
Yeah.
And then, we got these beautiful
I was
women
waiting because your
on
female cast
the
is
other
nothing to
side.
play
Yeah,
with
no.
right there.
But that's what it is. The show is about cars and wealth and beautiful people and stuff like that. And the real fun thing for me is you never know who's gonna get killed this week.
That right there, I was just gonna ask, who's dying next? Tell us. Let me not wait.
I can't give you
don't
any
make me wait
spoiler
till
alerts.
tomorrow. We want to know now. We family, aren't we?
Okay, you know what? We're gonna break some news right here on your show.
Okay.
Somebody's gonna die tomorrow.
All right. Well,
Somebody's gonna die tomorrow.
At least
I can tell you that much.
Is your sister gonna stop being fast? Because that girl right there is fast, honey.
Let me put it this way: with that character, as the family always, you see Junior always shows up right on time.
Yeah.
I'm coming in when business has to be handled. The thing is with our family, we are family. No matter the choices that we make, we always got somebody there to help out and clean something
True.
up. Because you can't enter in a negative way when dealing with our family. I mean, we're that strong. We move together, right? The family that prays together, stays together. We move together. We got each other's back. So
Yeah, we can mess with you, but nobody else can.
That's right.
But I'm gonna have to mess with you. I need you to at least clean this girl up. She done slept with a lot.
You know what?
Like, I mean, I want her to be
Let me
clean.
just tell you
Ain't
what.
trying to be mean, bro.
Let me give you the basis.
Look, I love you. Don't
behind the
talk about my
character,
sister.
Yeah.
Like, for real, don't talk about my sister.
Yo, your sister's fast, compadre.
But let me give you the basis behind her.
She's beautiful though.
Yeah.
Her body's slayed.
No question. Paris's character really is what every woman wants to be. Every woman wants to be able to do what the hell she wants to do, and on top of that, carry a gun and shoot any dude that pisses her off.
I think so too.
True, no, and I agree. But her cockiness from the first episode, where she gets pulled over and she's like, you make this quick." I was just like, "Girl, you messing with the family."
I don't know if that's about being fast, because her sister slept with somebody just as fast as she did in the first episode. What I think it really comes down to is her attitude is bothering you. The fact that she don't really give a damn.
No, both of them bother me. No. I'm safe to say, but I love her character. Like, you
And that's
casted
the reason
her well.
why you love her.
You
Because
casted
of
her well
that.
because she's playing it well. To have me, like I told you guys earlier, to have me hate and like you and hate you even more is well done. So you casted her well, just like you casted the fellas.
And think about her. Oh, yeah, talk about another
yeah,
pretty boy. Oh, no, I won't call him pretty boy, 'cause that's my man. That's my frat brother. Talk about another handsome man. I mean, her love interest and what her and Christian Keys are doing together, and the fact that she's with him, but she's not with him, and she's doing her thing, but he's, if you look back, you're going to see in the episodes that she's going to say, "I just can't deal with a weak man." So when that brother that comes around, that can put it down and basically be like, "Yo, we ain't having that." Then she's gonna become the woman that you are gonna be shocked to see.
All right. Well, I'll be waiting every Tuesday.
No spoiler alerts.
I know,
No spoiler alerts.
but he got us peaked and excited. Every Tuesday, 9 p.m. on BET, The Family Value. The Family Business. What
Value?
the hell?
What's
Give me a
called-
second. Give
That's
me a second.
another remix.
I know. Another remix. Family Business.
Family Value.
No, just stop. So besides The Family Business, what else do we have, fellas?
Well, right now we're just, we're looking forward to shooting more episodes for everybody. It's the great thing about it is that the show is growing around the country. It's not, and I have to say this, it's not a black show. It's a great television show. It's a great show. It's a great series. And just as many Caucasian people are watching it now, Asian people, Latinos are watching it now. Like, everybody is represented on the show. So now it's like catching fire and it's moving. And so I think that's the exciting part right now. It's growing. It's really growing big.
Okay. Now, are you doing any other projects? Anything else you're working on?
Yes,
That's basically what I'm asking.
Yes. I have
Promoting time.
Right now, I have a book that I'm still working, which is called Pregnant with Thought. I think, therefore, I am. So it's still around the country. It's still available. Speaking of authors, right? I'm following in Carl's footsteps the best way that I can. And then I have another film coming out called Submission, which I play a POW in, which is a real tearjerker movie, which is in the same vein as Shooter that Mark Wahlberg did. And it's a very dynamic story about these men who get caught being greedy in the war and become POWs, and my character suffers a great deal for the greed that his partner had to do their job. Basically, they were supposed to go in, do their job, and move out, and he got greedy, and it winds up costing me. But it's a great film, again, called Submission, due out this year. So
All right, make sure you get the book. Check that. And you, sir?
I just finished working on Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler and Kevin Garnett, and Keith Whitfield, I believe is his last name. It's a comedy. And 2019, I have a movie called Volt coming out. We are a robbery gang that we robbed the mafia, and I'm working with Theo Rossi, Charles Palminteri, Don Johnson. Yeah, great cast. You know, we pulled off the biggest bank robbery from the mafia in modern day time out in Rhode Island. So I'm excited for that to come out.
Okay.
My name is Buddy Roxbury.
That's your
Buddy Roxbury.
Buddy
You're
Roxbury.
gonna see me with an afro. You're gonna see some things that it's hilarious. But
At least I'm seeing you in a comedy instead of you beating people up.
it is funny.
Okay.
I'm also working with it's my man. Oh my goodness.
Don't remix it like
William
I do.
Forsythe. Me and him were on the same team. Me and him are buddied up. Oh my God, we're buddies. We work together for the whole film, and it is fantastic. Me and this guy get along. We have arguments. We have a fight, and he ends up doing something. I can't say what, but my God, you got to see the movie Volt.
Volt.
Coming
All
out
right.
2019.
2019. And for you, sir, you're going to cast La Loca for the next episode, right?
Be careful what you ask for.
Listen, I ain't careful. I'm speaking it. Thank you, God. Won't he do
Speaking it
it?
to fruition.
What
That's
else we
right.
got
Well,
going on
I've got a new family business book coming out at the end of February called Trouble in Rio, about Rio Duncan. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm working on a couple of pilots and a couple of movies.
Starring La Loca.
That will be out on BET. And started to work on the second season, God willing, of Family Business.
All right, mi gente. Make sure you tune in. BET, The Family Business. Radio 103.9. Que Dios me lo bendiga hoy, mañana y siempre, which means may God bless you today, tomorrow, forever. Deuces.